Broil is your single target spell, which should only be used when there is one target, otherwise use Art of War. Biolysis is your dot, keep it up as much as possible and reapply when there is 2 to 0 seconds remaining. Ruin 2 is good for movement if you have no other choice and can't slide cast or use swift cast on Broil. Use this off cooldown, it's your 2-minute offensive and debuffs target, making them 10% more susceptible to being critically hit. Upon use, you'll also be allowed to use Baneful Impactation, a potent AoE dot. These are your healing GCDs, throw this one in the trash. Adloquium is your single target shield. Consultation is your AoE equivalent. Emergency Tactics can be used to replace the shield effect with a stronger heal for emergency situations when no other resources are available. This also applies to your shield spells as there are other alternatives. Press this off cooldown. It restores 20% of your maximum MP and grants 3 stacks of Aether Flow. Aether Flow can be spent on these abilities. Lustrate is a good spot heal. Sacred Soil places a bubble at a designated area, reducing damage taken by 10% and regenning allies who stand within the bubble. Good for mitigating raid-wide damage and sustaining your party. Indomitability is an AoE heal, and Excogitation triggers a big heal when target is at or reduced to 50% health, or timer expires. Also good for spot healing, but also proactive healing. Also Energy Drain, this does single target damage. It's good for dumping unneeded Aether Flow stacks when Aether Flow is about to come off cooldown, or if you're just a funny coloured number chaser. Recitation makes the next Adloquium, Consultation, Indomitability, or Excogitation critically heal, and the latter two do not cost an Aether Flow stack. This is usually used for Indomitability when big AoE healing is needed, but it's also good when paired with Adloquium and deployment tactics. This ability spreads the Adloquium from target onto nearby party members, and you can also pair this with Protraction that increases target's HP and healing received by 10% and heals the amount. And if you want to stack it even further, you can use Dissipation that dismisses your fairy for 30 seconds, grants 3 stacks of Aether Flow, and increases the healing you do by 20%. This can also be used as a DPS cooldown for more energy drains or emergency heals. Speaking of your fairy, it also does stuff. This includes Embrace, a single target heal, which it does automatically, Whispering Dawn, an AoE regen, Fey Illumination, which increases GCD healing by 10% and reduces magical damage taken by 5%, and Fey Blessing, an AoE heal. It can also be commanded to use Aether Pact on a party member, tethering them and healing them if you have the gauge. This gauge holds up to 100 and you get 10 gauge per Aether Flow stack spent. Using any other fairy action will cancel this effect, but the tether is stronger than Embrace, making it good for your tank or to gradually heal a non-tank if they are not in need of immediate healing. Every 2 minutes you can also upgrade your fairy into Seraph. This will give her Embrace shields and 2 stacks of Consolation for AoE shielding, which saves you from having to shield the party. She can also use Whispering Dawn and Fey Illumination, but not Fey Blessing. Lastly, some utility. Expedient reduces damage taken by 10% on all party members for 20 seconds and increases movement speed for 10 seconds, another substitute for GCD shielding. And finally, Seraphim. Regenning all party members are increasing the healing potency of Adloquium and Consultation and makes them instant cast and reduce emergency tactics cooldown to 1 second, and this lasts 20 seconds. This is mostly used for regen in an optimal setup, but the instant cast shields make it extremely versatile for progression too.